So Diddy just got ordered by a judge to pay $100 million to a dude for assaulting him, thus probably making this the most expensive piece of man booty in human history. I mean, I haven't checked any records or done any research. I'm just kind of going to put it out there. I don't think anybody else has ever had to pay that much money to hit the leather Cheerio non-consensually or consensually. But JD, it's not funny to make fun of a victim like that. It's okay. We're allowed to do that with this one because this dude is also a registered S offender who's actually right now still in prison for 16 charges of kidnapping and S assault. Oh, the irony. What is actually going on here is that Diddy arred an artist who sued Diddy for being an artist, and he actually won in court. And the thing about this is this dude represented himself from prison. And the details of this case are just chef's kiss. So we're gonna get into this right now. Everybody ready? Let's go! So for those of you who are keeping up to date on exactly what is going on with Diddy, he has currently had at least 7 lawsuits against him for S assault. And those are just the ones that went public, the ones that he didn't quietly settle out for, and we might not never know about them because he's doing stuff behind the scenes like he likes to just pay out. He's paid out on several of these already, and in fact, this one for $100 million, he tried to pay this dude $2.3 million and get the dude to be quiet. Just go away. Just make it like this never happened. And the dude was like, nah, homie, that's not how we getting down. So we're going to get into all of these details because this is absolutely wild. I'm not going to drag you through all the stuff about all the other lawsuits that we've already talked about, but I wanted to give you a little bit of quick background on just how extensive of a diddler P. Diddy actually be. So the plaintiff in this case is a Michigan man, 51 years old, named Derek Lee Cordello Smith, and he's currently incarcerated on at least 16 charges of S assault and kidnapping. That's a lot of charges there, brother. He claims that he met Diddy when Diddy came into Detroit and he was working at a restaurant, and him and Diddy met some ladies and they decided to take the whole party back to a hotel, and they were doing like a group thing, you know what I'm saying, where they were switching places when they rang the bell, that whole type of thing, a menage a trois or whatever the hell they call it over there in France. And they might have been rubbing swords a little bit, but there was chicks there, so it wasn't gay. But yo, he said that partway through their activities together, he started to feel woozy and dizzy, and then he passed out. And then when he woke up, he looked over at Diddy, and Diddy was still diddling these girls, and Diddy looked over at him and said, I did the same thing to you. Well, that's disturbing. Just close your eyes with me and imagine. Let's go to a special place. You're in a hotel room. You're partying with another man and a couple of ladies. You got a couple drinks in you. Everything's going good. And all of a sudden, you wake up on a hotel room bed feeling wet in your back area and your butthole hurts. Now, if that happened to me, I'm sorry, dog, but I'm going to prison and your ass is going to the morgue. Like, there's no other way that I would be able to handle that. You get up inside of me, I'm gonna end you, dog. That's just it. It is what it is. But apparently Derek just ain't built like that. Unless it comes to women. He'll kidnap women and do crazy stuff to them. But when it's another man, he just kind of decided he was just gonna take it and walk it off. Screw you guys, I'm leaving. Now this incident happened all the way back in 1997. And since that time, Derek has spent a whole lot of his life in a law library in prison learning the law, learning both civil and criminal law to become a jailhouse lawyer, basically so that he could do this, so he could sue Diddy on his own. And imagine this, Diddy can afford all these amazing lawyers, and he got took down by a dude who spent time looking up stuff on a prison computer about how to file this and take him to court, and he did this all on his onesie. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I have a hard time believing the word of a convicted artist. The problem is that Diddy has a documented MO of doing doing this exact type of thing, bro. He been doing this Cosby thing to men and to women for literal decades. So when the artist says, yo, he did this to me, it's not a far stretch. Get it? Stretch? That Diddy put that drop in his drink and that Diddy put his D in his B. And I guess that judge agreed with me on that because he ordered Diddy to pay $100 million to this man. And in fact, as soon as October, he has to start making his first payment. Now, Diddy has to make $10 million payments every month until this is paid off. Can you imagine getting hit for $10 million a month? Sheesh. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't take my enthusiasm to mean that I'm rooting for either of these dudes. They are both on diabolical work, and I wish them both the absolute worst in life. This is, in fact, one of the craziest stories that I've ever heard, and seeing as he has so many other lawsuits coming, this could be the absolute financial downfall of Diddy because he keeps getting hit with these lawsuits because he can't keep Pippi to himself. I'm sure that a lot of y'all are asking the same question that I would be asking if I hadn't been to prison. What are you going to do with $100 million while you're sitting in prison? And the answer is pretty simple. Drugs! I mean, honestly, you can get just about anything that you want to in prison if you got enough money, but what most people would spend that money on is definitely getting high, being a scumbag, buying phones, maybe buying other dudes' buttholes. I don't know, this dude seems pretty oppositional to the gay life, but who knows? Maybe he's changed his tune now that he's around a bunch of bussy all the time, 24/7. Bussy! And I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, the only thing worse than being in prison is being in prison broke. That's why I think it's amazing that Diddy be losing all of this money at the same time that the feds be working on this case against him because he could end up with an absorbent amount of time in a federal pound him in the ass prison, and he could be dead broke when he gets there. He might not even be able to pay no gangs to protect him and keep his leather Cheerio from exploding. And I know, that sounds harsh, and that's exactly the way that I meant it, because after seeing that video of what he did to Cassie in that hotel room and hearing all the other stuff that he done did to her and the stuff that I heard in that lawsuit about what he did to that dude, Little Rod, he deserves every single thing that he has coming to him. You scumbag. You probably did Bieber too, you nasty bastard. Now, I think it's also noteworthy that Diddy's lawyers are contesting this judgment against Diddy, and they're bringing the plaintiff's character into question. And honestly, that's probably fair. Look at all the stuff that he's in prison for right now. Also, there couldn't have been much evidence. This happened in 1997. He has to have pooped any DNA out by now, right? But Diddy's dumbass lost this lawsuit with almost no evidence, with some stuff that happened decades ago. Just imagine what Lil Rod gonna do to this dude. He has everything documented, pictures, videos, testimony from multiple people, and all of this happened really recently. Plus, Lil Rod and Cassie are both now working with the feds against Diddy to make sure that Diddy gets federal felony charges. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that Diddy's future is just not looking that bright. Bad boy for life. That old boy tried to dine and dash on some stolen bussy, and now it's costing him $100 million, y'all. That's gotta sting. Anyway, I appreciate y'all rocking out with us today. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this one. And until the next one love, baby. Be good or be good at it. Diddy got me in the butt in the middle of the night. It's like, we bad boys for life. Yeah, he jumped in my drink and he made me his wife. It's like, we bad boys for life.